That's okay. No.
Haikuwa kwa jua.
Nyuma.
Wakwe kwa jua, si kwa kivuli. Steve, eka podium kwa jua, si kwa kivuli.
Good morning, everyone. I hope it's still morning. The party leaders of Kenya Kwanza Coalition, the party leader of the Democratic Party of Kenya, party officials, colleagues, members of the press, welcome to this formal session of an activity that started a while ago and is culminating in this short but important exercise. Before we start, I want to ask the Honorable Soipan Tuya to lead us with a word of prayer.
Let us all bow down for a word of prayer. Our Heavenly Father, we come before you this morning with thanksgiving and praise. Lord, in front of you are the leadership of this nation, and on the table are deliberations that will guide the prosperity, the progression of our nation. We pray and invite you to be part of this sitting, to guide us, to protect us, Lord, and even because of the task that is ahead of us, running up to the elections of this year, we are inviting you as a Kenya Kwanza team to guide us, protect us, Lord, and shape our discussions, that all will go according to your will. We pray this, believing and trusting in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Honorable Soipan. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as I have said, the purpose of this brief ceremony is to consummate and conclude a process of consultations that has been going on between the Kenya Kwanza Alliance Coalition and the leadership of the Democratic Party of Kenya. This consultation started a while ago at the level of the party leaders. And as you are aware, the Kenya Kwanza Alliance Coalition has concluded the process of putting in place the legal and structural mechanisms of working together as an alliance to campaign together for purposes of the general election scheduled for 9th of August 2022. Having done so, the Kenya Kwanza Alliance, through the party leaders of the constituent parties, namely the United Democratic Alliance Party, the Amani National Congress Party, ANC, and Ford Kenya, resolved that the alliance engages with more parties who are like-minded with a view of expanding our political space and to make our journey to form the next government even more real. Already the alliance is doing well, but we are happy with the contribution of the Democratic Party that we intend to bring on board this morning. And we shall also be signing and admitting new members to this coalition, quite a number of parties at a date to be announced by the leadership of the alliance, but most likely early next week. So we are here today to conclude that process with a signing of the coalition agreement between Kenya Kwanza Alliance and the Democratic Party, specifically admitting the Democratic Party into the Kenya Kwanza Alliance effective today. This is how we are going to proceed. We will start with the formal part, which is the signing of the agreement to admit the Democratic Party of Kenya into the Kenya Kwanza Alliance coalition. After the signing of the agreement, we shall have brief remarks from, say, William Ruto, who is the team leader and presidential candidate for Kenya Kwanza Alliance coalition. And after that, we will also get brief remarks from the party leader of the Democratic Party, the Honorable Speaker Justin Muturi. Thereafter, the other party leaders and officials of the respective parties will also make a few remarks as has already been agreed. So that is how we will proceed. We implore the media to be patient until this exercise is over, and thereafter, if there are any questions or clarifications you may want to seek from the leaders of the Kenya Kwanza Alliance or Democratic Party, you can have that at the end of the ceremony. So without much ado, I want to take this opportunity to invite His Excellency William Samoei Ruto and His Excellency the party leader of the Democratic Party of Kenya, Speaker Justin Muturi, to come forward and take the red seats, or are they maroon? The maroon seats, so that we can start the exercise. Thank you very much for your attention. I forgot to say, within the DP team, we also have the patron of the Democratic Party, Waziri. He'll also make some remarks later. He's with us. Thank you.
Tusongeshe flag yenyewe. Dennis. Kila hiyo kitu isiende na upepo. Kila nyuma. Na ingine.
To invite His Excellency William Ruto, His Excellency Speaker Justin Muturi to be on their feet and to be joined by His Excellency Wetangula, the party leaders of ANC and Ford Kenya respectively, and also the Secretary General of the Democratic Party and the patron of the Democratic Party, the Honorable Joseph Munyao, the Honorable Kioni, Esau Kioni. So they will display, each team has 2 copies of the agreement. They will display it and then exchange the documents. Very well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to request Excellency William Ruto, Speaker Muturi, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, Honorable Wetangula to remain behind. That one is a witness for all of us. Thank you. Asante. We'll now have the remarks in the order in which I explained. Karibu, Your Excellency William Ruto, Party Leader UDA, Presidential Candidate Kenya Kwanza. Karibu.
Sana. I think we can take our seats so that we can speak in terms. Yeah. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Does anybody have a problem with my cape? I'm told that the media people want me to remove my cape. Lakini mnajua hatupangwingwi. Mbona mnataka kutupanga? Now, ladies and gentlemen, as has been said earlier by Professor Kithure Kindiki, this is a very monumental day. This is a very important occasion. It's a culmination of months of intense consultations between our team and the Democratic Party team, leading to our signing today of a coalition agreement between our Kenya Kwanza team and the Democratic Party. I am a very proud Kenyan today that we are joined by the Democratic Party, a party that has history in the Republic of Kenya. The Democratic Party was started and led by Kenya's finest economist, the Honorable Mwai Kibaki, who this country remembers with a lot of nostalgia for his contribution in the leadership, the governance, and the advancement of the Republic of Kenya. His contribution from the time the Democratic Party was formed to present. It is with special reference to our third president, President Mwai Kibaki, whose forte has always been the economy. And it is instructive that this election is actually going to be a conversation about the economy. And that's why the joining of the Democratic Party to the Kenya Kwanza alliance is significant, that they bring on board the economic conversation that was always led by President Mwai Kibaki. And therefore, we are very proud this morning that we are enlarging this team and making the winning of the next general election a reality and as close as possible to being what it should be. Let me say, as a person who has also worked with Justin Muturi, that it's a pleasure, my brother Justin Muturi, that you lead a team, and we have a history together. We have worked many years on the same side of the political equation. This would have probably been the only time we would be on different sides of the equation, but again, fate has had it that we will again be on the same side of the political equation. So again, I am very happy that we are meeting here this morning. We believe as Kenya Kwanza joined by the Democratic Party this morning that the most potent conversation in Kenya is a conversation around the economy, the conversation about ordinary people, the conversation about the businesses of ordinary people, the conversation about our agriculture, the conversation around our businesses, our SMEs, the conversation around universal health coverage. And that is what brings the Democratic Party and the Kenya Kwanza fraternity together. The conversation about the people of Kenya. There is another conversation out there about the changing the constitution and everything that goes with it, and sharing power and sharing positions. We dare say the people of Kenya have spoken, and they have spoken very clearly, that this time round, this particular general election is not going to be about leaders and positions and changing the constitution. It is going to be about the team that has the plan and has the template on how to change our economy, create jobs for ordinary people, create opportunities for our SMEs and the people in the business space, creating an environment for our farmers to thrive, and creating an environment for every Kenyan to be their best. And we dare say that the people of Kenya has made that conversation very, very clearly. And as we converge here this morning, we are persuaded that we are on the right side of history. And this election is going to be determined by the people of Kenya. The people of Kenya have resisted blackmail. The people of Kenya have stood against threats. They have refused everything that goes with the tyranny of a few people. The people of Kenya have consciously refused that a few people can lead for 40 or 50 million Kenyans. And that is why the people of Kenya are saying resoundingly that hatupangwingwi. The people of Kenya have refused blackmail, they have refused intimidation, they have refused threats, and they want to determine their own destiny. And that's what we are doing this morning. We are watapanga wa Kenya. Tunataka kuwaambia mutajua hamujui. Hamuwezi kutupanga na hamuwezi kutulazimisha na hamuwezi kutununua. And we are this time round going to shame the deep state and the dark forces. The people of Kenya have spoken resoundingly that they want to be masters of their own future. And so we want to say it loudly and clearly to our competitors that please try and cobble together a plan and an agenda to sell to the people of Kenya. Stop wasting your time trying to re-engineer our literature. I think it is an exercise in futility to try and tell us which Kiswahili words we should use and which English words we should use. We are decent people. We are intelligent people. We are knowledgeable people. We know what we are saying. And therefore, instead of these people wasting their time fighting with literature, they should actually get an opportunity to fashion or couple together a plan and an agenda to sell to the people of Kenya. The people of Kenya know what to do. They know how to speak, and they will speak at the ballot. So let us not engage institutions of government in a circus that will not help anybody. I want to conclude my remarks by saying we are very proud this morning that we are joined by the Democratic Party, a party that has a long history and a party that has history about the economy of our republic, and a party that is associated with our third president, the finest economist we ever had in Kenya, the Honorable Mwai Kibaki. So with those remarks, let me request my brother Justin Bidan Muturi, the Njoka, oh yeah, I forgot. Justin Bidan Njoka Muturi, our Speaker of the National Assembly and the party leader of Democratic Party. Karibu sana, my brother.
Thank you. Asante sana, His Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Ruto, other party leaders, His Excellency Musalia Mudavadi, my good brother, I don't want to say a lot more beyond that, the party leader of Front Kenya, the Honorable Moses Masika Wetangula, the patron of the Democratic Party, the Honorable Joseph Munyao, the chairman, the SG, members of Parliament, and officials of all the constituent parties. Let me begin by acknowledging that indeed today is a momentous occasion that we assembled here this morning to witness the signing of the coalition agreement between the Democratic Party of Kenya and the Kenya Kwanza Alliance with all the constituent parties and party leaders. I'm a proud Kenyan that we have come this far. Those of you that may have heard my comments on the day that the Democratic Party had its National Delegates Convention would recall that I did promise that as instructed by the party NDC, that I will consult with all people of goodwill and like-minded parties and party leaders to see to it that the agenda that we have at the Democratic Party, which indeed is the agenda that all of us aspire to, of seeing our country move forward, is attained in an environment that is free and fair. Kwa hivyo, mimi siku ya leo niko na furaha kwamba my party has given me that backing. And indeed to say to my brothers in the UDA, the ANC, and Ford Kenya, and others, like I heard one of my colleagues, my good friend, Professor Kidiki, indicates, who believe in this conversation of that we cannot be if the others aren't. There cannot be a Kenya for others and another one for us. We all belong. And that Kenya is bigger than all of us. It is therefore not going to be possible for people to divide us. And I'm happy that after several conversations in this effort of coming together, that today we have realized that dream of working together to build a better Kenya for our children and our children's children. Nobody should deceive themselves that by whatever machinations, whatever designs, they are going to coerce and intimidate Kenyans from the path of self-actualization, which I dare say will be realized on the 9th of August this year. And I have gone round. I've traveled to a number of places in this country, and I can confirm that the heartbeat of many Kenyans is within the aspirations that are espoused within this coalition. Therefore, we in the Democratic Party are quite happy to fully and unconditionally associate with the Kenya Kwanza Alliance. Indeed, for me, as I'm sure many of you would reflect back sometimes in last year, would recall my huge billboard around Muthaiga with this inscription, Kenya Kwanza. And therefore, that just shows that we were all along, we were of the same mind. My brothers took the more secret route of registering Kenya Kwanza. I took the route of announcing to Kenyans, but I see all is well that ends well. We are all Kenya Kwanza. We believe in that. I therefore want to thank Kenyans who have supported us in this journey, and wish to say, we all know that this country, the constitution of this country says Kenya shall be a democratic, multi-party state. We are not going to interfere with others in the exercise of their freedom to move around and sell their agenda, even whatever it may be. But we will be focused on the agenda that brings us together, which is why we have been able to come together that much easily. We do know and we sympathize with some of our colleagues who we say, I'm sure Kenyans are aware of this. You have seen outfits being formed very, very quickly and being rerolled into some funny arrangements. And we are already seeing some element of political constipation happening in those places where they have been taken to. We just wish them well if they feel that they are not comfortable there, because we know some of them, they are not comfortable. I went to plead with my brothers that please, those that may find themselves being ejected from those places, let us still remain, keep some little space for them, because they mean well for the rest of the Kenyans. They can leave the others to do their own things, but we are committed to this journey. Na ni lazima, ukizungumza Kiswahili, Kizungu, mwishowe tutapiga kura. Na lazima hizo kura lazima tutazilinda. Liwalo linadiwe. Our agents, you cannot call agents, you are political agents. I can see a few candidates who are here. You will have agents. Mheshimiwa Gachagua. When you talk to them, when they go to the polling station, lazima walinde ile kura zako, lazima walinde. La sivyo zinaweza porwa. Kwa hivyo wale ambao wanafikiri hata lugha pia inaanza kuwa shinda, tafadhali, you ain't seen nothing yet. Tutaendelea vivyo hivyo. I should thank you very much, and Your Excellency the Deputy President, nashukuru. Hata mimi sipangingwi. Hiyo nilikataa. Wale walikuwa nafikiri ati wanaweza kupanga mimi. Poleni. Hii miaka yangu haikubali mimi nipangwe na mtu yeyote. Sipangwingwi. Oh. Kabisa.
Karibu.
Asanteni sana. Thank you.
Asante sana, Justin. So, as way of progressing this, this, so that we make the other speeches brief, I also want to thank you, Justin, that apart from the history I have with you working together, you have also come. I didn't know my professor at Nairobi University, Professor Nganya, who is there, was a member of the Democratic Party. But I did my PhD at Nairobi University, and I am very proud that he is in my midst. I know some of my competitors have a problem identifying their professors, but I certainly don't suffer that kind of challenge. So thank you. Professor, wacha professor aonekane hapa. Huyu ndio jamaa. Asante sana. Thank you, Prof. Asante. Thank you very much. Asante sana. So let me take this opportunity to request my good brother, the party leader of ANC, my good brother, the Honorable Wycliffe Musalia Mudavadi, to come and make some remarks. Karibu sana.
Thank you, Your Excellency Deputy President. Our good friend, Ndugu Justin Muturi, Speaker of the National Assembly, the leadership of the Democratic Party who are here, Mzee Munyao, Esau, and all others, the Secretary General Yakub, and my colleagues in Kenya Kwanza. First, I just want to express two things. The first one is to say karibu ndugu kwa Kenya Kwanza Alliance. Tunatoa shukrani. We are happy that a party with such a history, led by good people, experienced public officers in this country, have voluntarily chosen to be part and parcel of the Kenya Kwanza Alliance. This is a historic day. And ladies and gentlemen, when we said there would be an earthquake, surely this is another earthquake. Because if we just sit back to actually internalize the import of this session to the people of Kenya. Not too long ago, the judiciary of Kenya sent a very strong message, first through the High Court, then through the Court of Appeal, and more recently through the Supreme Court of Kenya, that they stand to make sure that the independence of institutions and the right of the people of Kenya shall not be trampled upon by the executive now or even in future. That was a very, very solid statement. Today, Kenyans should actually internalize that the head of the legislative arm of government is also sending a very clear message to the Kenyan people. Because this is the head of the Democratic Party, but please don't forget that he's the Speaker of an arm of government recognized in the Constitution. He is also sending a very clear message to the people of Kenya that democracy cannot be undermined and should not be undermined. So we salute you, and we salute you yet again. Finally, today is supposed to be a deadline for political parties to submit documentation to the Registrar of Political Parties. And that is if you are putting in your papers as a coalition party. Because the recent amendments to the Political Parties Act introduced the component of a coalition political party. I want to make it clear that the Kenya Kwanza Alliance will not be submitting anything today so that there is no conflict or confusion. We are going in as a coalition of parties and not a coalition party. That distinction is so important. Please, the media, help us. Help us to disseminate this information to the public across our boundaries, that we as Kenya Kwanza are going in as a coalition of parties. And that is to underpin exactly what the Speaker has said, that we anticipate and we are going to work with other parties. We in Kenya Kwanza want to work with other parties, but also to give those parties the opportunity to be identified, to have their identity, to have their respect. As much as we work in a coalition, they also have to stand out and have their identity. And that is why we are going as a coalition of parties. And the deadline for lodging our document is actually on the 9th of May. So I hope that clarity will now help our supporters. As the Speaker put it, there are some fellows who will require Ino or Andrews across the political divide, because what we have seen from our competitors is that they're trying to force an engagement that does not allow for the recognition of the individual political parties. And us in Kenya, we are saying there's room for that recognition. So with that, I now say, Ndugu, well done. You've spoken for millions of Kenyans, and we are happy to hold hands and journey together on this Kenya Kwanza ship, which is for all the individual Kenyans in our country. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Okay, let me request my good brother, Moses Masika Wetangula, the party leader of Ford Kenya, and he reminds me often that they were in the same college with Justin Muturi.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Fellow Kenyans, my dear brother Speaker Justin Muturi, my distinguished classmate at the University of Nairobi and the Law School, Your Excellency Deputy President, Brother Musalia, my good neighbor Jirani Mwema, Joseph Konzolo, the leadership of DP, and our colleagues in Kenya Kwanza. Today is a very, very important day, because this event culminates in the absolute deconstruction of a mirage called the deep state and the continuation of the reconstruction of an equitable Kenya. We come here to receive and be joined by a party that has a very admirable chapter in the political history of this country. 20 years ago, DP, or Democratic Party, and Ford Kenya came together. They ended up forming government. When Michael Wamalwa Kijana and Mwai Kibaki spearheaded the change that swept Kenya in 2002. It is therefore not strange that 2 decades later, our two parties are now joined with our brothers in UDA and ANC and many others to again lead the country into a change that makes sense to our people. This country, ladies and gentlemen, has a resilience like no other. Every time those who have been given the privilege of navigating our ship become rogue, Kenyans take control of the ship and steady it back to the deep waters. And we are doing exactly that. When you walk around this country, you hear, you feel what Kenyans think and what they say. Of course, there are those who fall in the category of a character called Maimuna in a book called God's Bits of Wood. She was blind, and she said she has never quite understood how people with eyes don't see. And she herself was blind. And we have people in this country with eyes and they don't see. There's a storm coming and they're just seated there watching and thinking it will obey them and move back. So today, my brother Justin and your team, you have made Kenyans proud. And we stand here and dare say that the movement from the third arm of government, the legislature, to the people of Kenya is now complete. Speaker Kenneth Makelo Lusaka is in Kenya Kwanza. Speaker Justin Bedan Njoka Muturi is with Kenya Kwanza. Now the other arm that is left is a mirage called the deep state. Sometimes it's called the system. But people know that on 9th of August, there's going to be a hurricane through Kenya. Those with eyes, let them see. Those with ears, let them hear. And we in Kenya Kwanza want to assure the people of Kenya that we want a Kenya that is equitable, a Kenya that is fair and just to all our citizens. That's what we are looking for. And in so doing, as I finish, I want to remind the organization called NCIC, led by what I thought was a respected reverend, that you should, with your team, read Articles 92, 93, and 94 of the Constitution, and they will clearly tell you that you have taken a trajectory that will embarrass you. Because you have no power, you have no right in law or in fact to make law. Laws are only made in houses of parliament. You must also read Section 25 of the Act that set you up, that defines what your role is. It does not include telling Kenyans which vocabularies to use. It doesn't. And when Kenyans say Linda Kura, it is real. When Kenyans say Hatupangwingwi, how does that threaten our cohesion? When Kenyans say watajua hawajui, how does that threaten our cohesion? So Reverend Kobia and your team, you are now falling into the trap of Kenyan public servants who think that at every time they must appear to be doing something, however ridiculous. Don't ridicule yourselves, and for avoidance of doubt, in our next rally we are going to say Hatupangwingwi, we are going to say Linda Kura, and we are going to say watajua hawajui. And I can tell you, Kenyans, that the growth of language can never be inhibited by any single individual. That's why when you go to the English dictionary, the Oxford English Dictionary, you find words. They're queuing for fuel. They're queuing to enter public transport. They're queuing for everything. They're queuing for jobs. Please, the deep state, save Kenyans this burden and embarrassment of telling Kenyans to go and register the SIM cards whose details you already have. We will ask our lawyers, led by Kithure Kindiki and others, if they don't stop, to go to court and stop them. Because it is illegal, it is a nuisance, and is burdensome to Kenyans for no reason whatsoever, howsoever. And we will tell Kenyans just as much. My brother Konzolo, karibu ongee na watu wako. Jirani mwema, a man who walked across Kenya with Mzee Mwai Kibaki and made Kenyans very proud. And today we have the distinction of telling you without any fear of contradiction that Mzee Kibaki remains the finest president Kenya has ever produced. Thank you.
It can't be still morning. Can I say good afternoon? Good afternoon. My colleague, His Excellency, Deputy President of Kenya, the leader of the ANC, my good friend, and my jirani mwema, ambao tumekuwa pamoja for such a long time, particularly when you were the Minister for Foreign Affairs. You know how Kibaki used to praise you when we go for cabinet meetings, which today I never heard. And my party leader, J.B. Muturi, my chairman, Esau Kioni, my Secretary General, Yakub Haji, na nyote ambao mko hapa, leaders, ladies and gentlemen, hamujambo? Hamujambo tena? My neighbor, my good neighbor, you made a very good comment when you were finishing. When you talked about Honorable Kibaki, it reminds me of so many things. He has been my party leader for many years. And I would like whatever we are doing, like it has happened in churches, when you are being ordained, the bishop holds your head and then gives you the authority to go about reading the Bible. When we finish Kenya Kwanza, and for our success, I would like to ask the Deputy President to find a moment when we can now visit Mheshimiwa Mwai Kibaki, at least at least to place his hand, and you know you will do it, to place your hand on you so that we may lead the country like he has been doing. I'm happy to be here with all of you, at least trying to achieve what my National Delegate Conference the other day resolved, that we better be joining the people with our ideas, we share the ideas, the opinions. I may not talk much about many things, but let me talk about Democratic Party of Kenya. Democratic Party of Kenya, many people think is 20 years. That is 1992. Because 1992 is when we got, when Section 2 was scrapped, and then we were given a certificate. We had started way back. We are 35 years now. We had started way back in 1987 when Kibaki was the Minister for Health. And because we used to meet every night at John King's area, at Karume's area, thinking about the country, about the issue of one-party system. Because at that time we were one party. And then at that time, 1987, we started talking about a Democratic Party. And that continued up to the time when we got the document, that is 1992. And that time, because there is this American organization called NDI, there was one representative of NDI who had just come to the airport, and then on arrival he was asked, "Who are you? And where are you going?" He said, "I'm a director of NDI, and I'm going to Kenya to promote democracy." Sort of way back. Hiyo kitu naita democracy, we don't know it about here. That is why after receiving the document in March 1992, myself and Honorable Kibaki, we traveled to Washington with a document to tell them, Kenya is a democratic country. You are now welcome. Come back here and be with us. And from that time, you know what has been going on until where we are now. A lot has been said and a lot has been done. I may not cover a lot of those things, but I may highlight a few things which we and the Democratic Party are aligned on and what we would like to see. It is good that we are now joining Kenya Kwanza, and we are going to be part of Kenya Kwanza, sharing opinions, sharing our thinking so that at least we move together. We have got 2 or 3 points which are very, very important to be highlighted. One is that DP joins Kenya Kwanza coalition as a distinct party. That is one thing which is very, very clear. Number 2, all party leaders of the coalition are equal in management of the coalition. Is that right? Number 3, any member of the coalition can exit within 30 days from now. So you've got 30 days, 30 days to think about it, evaluate, and tell us back what it is. And then government shall be shared on the basis of the elected numbers. That is MCS, MPs, women reps, senators, governors. There's only one president. The rest we will have to share. Because the rest is our roots. Your roots is the MCS as a party. Your roots is the members of parliament. Your root is what you get in the area, like governors, like senators, and whatever. That is your strength. And that is most important. I think Your Excellency, the Deputy President of Kenya, who has been there now for, is it 9 years or? We now have got 4 months to see the change. And within these 4 months, we want to see the real change. And the real change is going to storm in here. I'm happy, my friend, you talked about the storm. We have been thinking of where we waiting to see the storm. Kumbe, it was going to be here today, the 9th of April. That was very good. It's happy and we support you. We are with you, and we should be with you. Today it is a short meeting. I'm sure it's even going to be longer. And I'm happy you have been meeting with our party leader, whom I have been telling. You know, I've been party leader from the time Kibaki got where he is. And I'm the only African who has surrendered his position willingly. The rest, you take them to court, you take them wherever, somebody refuses. But I'm the only Kenyan, African, to surrender his position. I've been the party leader. I say to my friend JB, who has been my magistrate, has been my lawyer, and we have served together for so many times. I remember at one time when I was refused a registration as a voter. He was in the High Court. And then we had to quietly to be meeting every time playing billiards. I tell him, can you help me anywhere to find out how this file can be put somewhere so that at least I register as a voter. I am a Kenyan. I've got my ID. Why am I refused? Thank you, JB, my good friend, and my good colleagues. We thank you. Asante sana. Continue.
Thank you, Mzee.
Thank you.
Asante sana. Thank you very much, sir.
I've never been near you like this, other than the time you used to sit on my left.
Okay.
At the time we were with the cabinet.
Asante sana.
Thank you.
Asante sana. Thank you very much, Mzee Munyao, the former party leader of DP, and he has ably spoken on behalf of the good men and women who came before us. And we appreciate, Mzee, that when it came time for you to hand over your leadership position, you did it without hesitation. And you did it without trying to manipulate things around you. Yes. So let me request a minute for our good lady, Alice Wahome, a member of the Kenya Kwanza team.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for this short moment to also join the party leader, UDA, party leader, ANC, party leader, Ford Kenya, and our newest member, the Democratic Party, led by Justin Bidan Joka Muturi, the party leader for the Democratic Party, escorted, of course, by the great Munyao. This gentleman cleared me to learn for Kandara constituency in 2002 on Democratic Party, and I had been locked out by those old systems and practices. But when all the papers reached him, he decided everybody is cleared, waonane kwa kiwanja, and that is how I started my journey to political life. I want to join you, Your Excellency, to say that this is a great moment. The Democratic Party joining Kenya Kwanza. This is a great team. The addition today makes us more powerful, emboldened, gives us new energy on our road to a new Kenya. We're looking forward as Kenya Kwanza to a country where economic freedom, and I think the hallmark of Kenya Kwanza will be economic freedom through the empowerment of the Kenyan people from bottom to top. Your Excellency, I am very humbled today to see that we are growing stronger. I won't just maybe agree with those who have said hatupangwingwi. Initially that word was sounding, I don't know whether it's English or Swahili, but hatupangwingwi is a terminology that you cannot restrict or decide from your desk in our commission of NCIC that you will proscribe. Neither can you do for Leader Kura, Leader Katiba. These words will continue coming as we protect the democratic space. So I wrote and posted on my FB and also on my Twitter that I will be one of those who will defy NCIC. And therefore, on this platform today, I have an opportunity to say to Kenyans, musipangwe, musikubari, hatupagwigwi, and we will not bow down to new dictators in our public service. Honestly, I feel that Kobia is either suffering from either age or lack of capacity to deal with a political situation. So I want to ask him to reflect back on the list that he gave out. When I saw His Excellency the other day threatening Kenyans that if Honorable Raila had been hit by a stone when his chopper suffered the fate Your Excellency has suffered before, His Excellency coming to defend. And it's true, you were very magnanimous when you apologized, because it wasn't a good thing. But I would have wanted to hear His Excellency earlier on condemning Kodere, condemning Jacaranda, condemning Keno, where we lost 2 young Kenyans, condemning Kieni, Kudechaka, and therefore we must remind ourselves as Kenyans, we must tell the masters of conmanship, of impunity, that the law must be applied equally. We will not accept selective application of our law or our constitution. And therefore, they will find us ahead of them. And Your Excellency, Kenya Kwanza must learn from these mistakes that are so grave that some people continue to undermine the 2010 Constitution. I wind up by saying some of these people in our public offices are living in the Independence Constitution, where we are in the 2010 Constitution. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alice. Let me request Honorable Rigathi Gachagua to come and make some short remarks, and then followed by the gracious lady from Kilifi, Shangazi wa Taifa, and then Aden Duale will come and close this chapter so that we can go.
Your Excellency, the Deputy President, our party leaders, our new friends and partners, the Democratic Party, Your Excellency, I have come to this occasion with a lot of emotions because the Democratic Party has its roots in my home country in Nyeri, and it brings back a very nostalgic moment for us that the founding leader of the Democratic Party was Mzee Mwai Kibaki, a leader who brought unprecedented economic development to this country, a man who allowed democratic space, and a man who honored this country, that when his time came to retire, he went home peacefully and quietly and never attempted to manage his own succession. So we have our speaker here, the Honorable Justin Muturi, a man of honor, a man of integrity, a leader par excellence, and I'm happy personally because in my political life, we have always been on the same side. And I was a bit apprehensive a few months ago when I didn't know where he'll be, whether we'll be on the same side. So for me, it marks a very great day that we are once again joined together in Kenya Kwanza Alliance. And people in Nyeri are telling me is DP and DP. Is the Democratic Party and the Deputy President. It's coming out. It's very good rhyme for those of us who studied literature. Your Excellency, the Deputy President, many people are telling us to remind you that when they elect you as president, 4 months from today, They know you are going to inherit a dilapidated economy, a country with 11.2 trillion debt. The people of Kenya are asking you, you may not do much, but they're asking you, when they give you that opportunity, can you please restore Kenya where Mwai Kibaki left it, even if you don't do anything beyond there. The people of Kenya are also asking you, like Mwai Kibaki, don't use the criminal justice system to manage politics. Manage politics a conventional way like Mwai Kibaki. Allow democratic space. Let people go about their lives and have less and less government in people's lives and more services from government. That is what the people of Kenya are asking you. And that is why we want to tell the likes of Ezra Chilomba, we know the dark forces from the deep state. You are a man on a mission to interfere with the electronic transmission of results, to interfere with the whole electoral process. But the Hustler Nation is everywhere. Even where you are planning all these things, our people are there and we get to know every day. Na kwa hivyo wewe Chilomba, utajua uchui, mkiwa na hiyo watu yako. Finally, we want to tell NCIC, if the deep state is uncomfortable with the name Hatupangwigwi, tell them they have a very simple way of solving that issue so that they don't have to hear the name again. Let them stop trying to pang us. Then the matter is finished. But if they insist, the choice is they will have to expand the prisons because Kenyans are saying hawatapangwa. And there's nothing you can do about it. People are very much aware. People are on another level in terms of information. And the people of Kenya will not agree to be forced to do what they don't have to do. So for the Democratic Party, Justin Muturi, we are very happy, our Speaker, that we are now together. We are a stronger coalition and we are going to win this election and start an urgent transformation of this country for the benefit of our people so that we can change their lives for the better. Thank you very much. Asante sana.
Thank you very much. Very brief remarks from the gracious lady, Aisha Jumwa.
Asante sana naibu wa rais na rais wa jamhuri yetu ya Kenya wa tano, kiongozi wa UDA, kiongozi wa ANC, Mheshimiwa Musalia Mudavadi, kiongozi wa Ford Kenya, Mheshimiwa Moses Wetangula, Papa wa Roma, my speaker, my chairman na kiongozi wa party leader wa Democratic Party of Kenya, viongozi wote walioko mahali hapa. Mimi yangu yatakuwa machache. Kama nilivyo shangazi wa taifa, lazima niongee na taifa. Nataka niseme ya kwamba shughuli iliyoko mbele yetu hivi sasa ni shughuli ambayo ni muhimu sana, na niwapongeze vile vichwa vyote vilivyohusika katika mazungumzo ya kina hadi kufikia kilele hivi leo kwa kutia ama kuweka kidole katika mikataba yote iliyopangwa. Labda watu wanaona ni mambo madogo, lakini umepeana matumaini makubwa sana katika taifa letu la Kenya kwa zile nyoyo zilizovunjika na kwa sababu ya yale maisha magumu ya kukosa pesa mfukoni. Nataka niseme leo Wakenya wamezidi kuendelea kupata matumaini kwamba agenda iliyoko mbele yao viongozi hawa ni ya kurudisha matumaini, kurudisha pesa mfukoni na kurudisha maisha ya Wakenya mahali Mheshimiwa Mwai Kibaki alipoyaacha. Kwa hivyo mimi sitakuwa na mengi ya kuzungumza, nataka niseme tu ya kwamba kwa Profesa Kobia akiwa chairman wa NCIC, sidhani kwamba ana akili fupi kiwango cha kwamba anakosa kujua majukumu yake ya tume anayoiongoza. Tunajua ni mtu aliye na tajriba, lakini yale maneno anayoyazungumza hivi sasa sio yake, ni ya wale madikteta. Lakini tunataka tuwaambie, mtajua hamjui. Manake wa Kenya hawatanunua uoga, na hata mkiwapea bure hawatachukua, kwa sababu tayari wameshajipangwa na hawapangwingwi. Kwa hivyo mimi nataka niwakumbushe, mnapozungumzia terminology kama hatupangwingwi, msisahau kwamba kuna mtu anayetumia ya kwamba kila Mkenya ama vijana washike bunduki na risasi, na akisema fire, hawa vijana watafire. Kwa hivyo mnapojipanga huko, mjue ya kwamba Wakenya tayari wameshajipanga na hawapangwingwi. Mimi Aisha Jumwa sipangwingwi, Muturi hapangwingwi, Ruto hapangwingwi, Musalia Mudavadi hapangwingwi, Mheshimiwa Papa wa Roma Weta hapangwingwi. Yani jamii ya Kenya Kwanza haipangwingwi na Mkenya hapangwingwi. Kwa hivyo kwa hayo mengi machache tunasonga kuendelea mbele, na kama alivyosema party leader wa Democratic Party ya kwamba tunajua hata yule ambaye analia akiwa nyuma ya curtain si kwa mapenzi yake, roho yake bado iko hapa Kenya Kwanza. Sisi wote tunawakaribisha, mazungumzo yaendelee, tulete Kenya pamoja, kwa sababu tunasema hatupangwingwi na tunajipanga kwa sababu ya Wakenya kuhakikisha kwamba pesa mfukoni na kazi ni kazi, na tunamaliza kazi hii mapema kwa sababu tumejipanga na hatupangwingwi kobia.
Haya, wa mwisho, only 1 minute. The good man from Northern Kenya, party leader of majority emeritus, Aden Duale.
Thank you, Excellency. The party leader of UDA, our Deputy President, the party leader of ANC, Honorable Musalia, the party leader of Ford Kenya, our brother Moses Wetangula, and the party leader of Democratic Party of Kenya, my good friend, a man that I have worked with for now 9.5 years. I can speak for the party leader of DP, and I can speak for the leadership. But it's very interesting that the key leaders who worked with the President Uhuru Kenyatta are here today. Very, very strange. The two majority leader emeritus, 3 are here. Honorable Kindiki, Honorable Duale, and Honorable Murkomen. His deputy is here. His speaker is here. The other speaker is in Kenya Kwanza. And this reminds me of 2002 when leaders led by George Saitoti walked out of Mzee Moi. So you see where Kenya is heading. The president has been left by all his lieutenants. And he's now in bed with his perennial historical enemies. So the people of Kenya can tell the difference. Number 2, I think I'm seeing something that Chiloba has corrected. Because I tweeted last night and I told him, you dare disconnect. And I talked to Safaricom. I have an agreement with Safaricom, not CAK. And I'm a post-paid member, so they have my details. Now he's saying, I meant those Kenyans who are not registered. That's what Chiloba said. But we're telling Chiloba, you have been put there, we know you, and sooner or later, we are going to monitor, we will focus on you. You have not been taken to CA as an ordinary director general. We know what you want to do on the polling day as far as the internet is concerned. We know the data you are collecting. And we know you're working for the deep state. And we will flag you and we will profile you, just like the way we profiled your other colleagues within the deep system. Number 2, I just want to speak to a man I helped become the chair of NCIC with the speaker. and I participated in the enactment of the NCIC Act. It has my signature, that bill. I participated in the approval of the commissioners led by Kobia. The Speaker and the colleagues here will tell me. And you have an act, and Honorable Wetangula has read for you. You have no legislative power. And we are giving you as evidence today that I thought, you know, he will even ban nobody can stop reggae. That should have been a word that should have been banned. Instead of banning nobody can stop reggae, you are banning the word tutalinda kura. We want to tell you from here and telling our supporters, tutalinda kura yetu kutoka wale ambaye wanataka kuiba. So kila kijana ambaye anasikiza sisi, lindeni kura yenu usiku na mchana mpaka Mheshimiwa Ruto atangazwe kuwa rais wa Kenya. Ya pili, miaka 4 kutumia BBI mulijaribu kupanga wa Kenya, led by the president himself. Ulijaribu kupanga wa Kenya, ukajaribu kupanga your succession. I don't know what you fear. Tunakuambia hatubangwingwi sisi. Na hatuwezi kubali. We will not be part of your plan. Na ya mwisho, mutajua hamujui. We are telling from the highest office to the smallest man, mutajua hamujui. Na sijui mutadu nini. Tumesema mutadu nini. Kobia unatusikia, utadu nini. Wale wamekutuma, mutadu nini. Ama mutadu. So, you know, we have reached a stage where we must speak to one other very candid. We are joining with the DP, we'll join with many others, because we share that we must fix our economy. And Your Excellency, let me be very kind to you. Even when we form government, the first 18 months, if we don't fix this economy, Your Excellency, you and our team, Kenya will go the Greece way. A Minister of Finance, without taking the due process of parliamentary process and committees, the budget-making process, was telling the country, I propose this, I allocate this. There is nothing he has proposed. There is nothing he has allocated. From Tuesday, the Speaker will refer those estimates to departmental committees, to the budget committee. We will reallocate what you have allocated. We will change what you have proposed. And you are just cheating the people of Kenya. The budget is not yet done until Parliament approves. So, Ukuriatani, what you read is what you usually read in a village in Marsabit. Thank you very much.
In the interest of time, I want to say thank you very much to each and every one of us who has created time so that we can all be here to witness this momentous occasion. Again, to congratulate the Democratic Party, patron Mzee Munyao, party leader Justin Muturi, chairman Mzee Kioni, Mzee Haji, the Secretary General of the Democratic Party, and all your members, and to all of us from the Kenya Kwanza fraternity, and to thank the media for taking time to be part of this event. Thank you very much. Because of other exigencies of duty elsewhere, we will leave it there, and thank you very much. Asanteni sana.